Beef stew pot pie, yummy and delicious. Come along with me as I show you how I make homemade beef stew pot pie. It is so easy to make, so delicious, and so yummy. And that's what I'm going to serve for dinner tonight. So come along. Beef stew pot pie. Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne. Well, I'm going to show y'all in my simple way how to make a beef stew pot pie, the easy way, the simple way. And it's not complicated at all. It is so yummy. So I'm going to keep it simple and easy for you. I've got some of the ingredients behind me. And even though I'm not a cooking channel, I will do my best at showing you how I make homemade beef stew pot pie. Yeah. Dicing up some onion, and I'm going to dice up some green onion too. So I just put the green onions and the regular onions diced up into the cast iron pan here with some olive oil, and I'm going to just lightly brown them, and then I'm going to put the meat in. Vegan, but my family is not, so they like the meat. I don't eat it, but it's delicious nonetheless. And so now I put the diced up sirloin beef into the pan so I can brown it. Now you can dip it in flour beforehand, but I wanted to keep it simple for this video. Sometimes I like to dip the sirloin in flour and then fry it, but I'm just doing it without dipping it in flour. Either way, it is so yummy. So I've got it in the cast iron skillet. You can use any kind of skillet. It is all good. And over here, I am making some fried potatoes, so I'm going to brown the potatoes that I just diced up. I leave the skins on the potatoes because I like it better, but some people like to take the skins off, but I fry the potatoes with the skins, and so all of this will go together, and you will see. Pie crust comes in 2 rolls, and one for the bottom, one for the top, but we may have to use the extra box because this is a pretty big, I just sprayed it with yellow cooking spray is why it looks yellow there. But we are going to have a big pot pie, and so for that reason we may have to use a second box. Potatoes are beginning to get brown and tender, so they're perfect. Well, I put the potatoes in with the pastry dough, and I did take 2 pastry doughs for the bottom and then 2 for the top. So, but here are the brown potatoes, and I think I'm going to dice up another potato and brown it so that we have plenty of potatoes, because the potatoes is in part what makes it so good. So I decided to do another 2 potatoes. So I like to just do a small amount of potatoes at a time so that they don't burn. So that's why I'm doing a second batch of potatoes. The meat is coming along. Now I added a little bit of water, and then I put the lid on it, because when you add a little bit of water, it kind of steams the meat and makes it a lot more tender. So now I'm going to get it into the browning stage once the water is evaporated. And I'm dicing up carrot here, very thinly sliced, because you want it to cook within the pot pie. So I'm dicing up carrot. And so I'm putting carrot in on top of the potatoes, and I'm going to add some chicken bouillon, a little bit of chicken bouillon to taste, which really gives it a lot of flavor, and some garlic. We love garlic and chicken bouillon right there. Oh, the meat is so delicious. Even though I'm vegan, I tasted it, because sometimes I have to taste test to make sure things are good. So I'm going to put the meat into the pot pie. Oh, the meat is fabulous. And I am actually going to take the time and make one more meat. So I'm going to actually double the meat and put it in here. While I am doing a second amount of meat, I'm frying it up. I have just finished the potatoes here for the second time, and I'm going to re-add more potatoes. I just added potatoes, and like I said, normally I add celery, but I'm going to add a little broccoli because I forgot to buy the celery. So I added some broccoli, just a little bit. My one son does not like broccoli, but he'll eat around it, I think. But I added a little bit for green. Now I'm going to add some peas. I just added peas, and so now I'm waiting for the rest of the meat to be done. And then we are going to add, and I'll do that in the meantime, the condensed cream soup. And actually, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I got one of those hearty beef soups right there in the big can. It adds an extra flavor. Remember, cooking doesn't have to be complicated, and you can take the easy way if you want. It's still so delicious. So I'm going to put the cream of chicken soup in. This is such an easy recipe. It may look a little more complicated, but it's so easy once you get the hang of it. And just, for me, I take the easy way. Pre-made pie crust dough, unless my daughter's here to make the pastry, which she'll be over in a little bit. And sometimes use canned vegetables instead of vegetables that you have to dice up and everything. The easy way is fine too. I love to cook. My mama cooked, my grandma cooked, everybody cooked in my family, and so I cook too. And I just love to cook, and I don't go by a recipe. I just kind of make it up as I go along, and each time it's a little bit different. The second batch of meat is done, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do before I put the meat over into the pot pie. I'm actually going to make a gravy. So I'm making some gravy out of packets, and I put in a little bit of cold water because you don't want the gravy to get lumpy, and I'm going to pour it into here. So I just added the chunky, hearty vegetable soup, the sirloin soup, and it will thicken up in here, and I don't, use water or anything because I want it to be thick. And it will be so good. So now I just poured the gravy sirloin steak mixture in, and it is so yummy. So I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm going to add the cream of chicken soup, and then I'm going to put the top layer on. I just added the 2 cans of cream of chicken soup to the top, and now we're going to put the pastry on the top, spray it with some cooking spray, and put it in the oven. It is all ready to go in the oven. I used 2 top pie pastry, and now we're going to put it in the oven. I did spray it with a little bit of cooking spray so it will brown really good, and we will probably bake it about 45 minutes. Because it's likely to overflow, I have a big skillet underneath that it sits, that my pastry bowl, which is bake proof. It's Polish pottery. It sits down inches. So if it spills over any of the drippings, it'll go right into the pan. So I put it on 350 into the oven here. And so now we are going to wait and wait. Well, I just pulled it out of the oven, and I just sprinkled some cheese on the top of it so it will melt, a little bit of more green onions and a little bit of broccoli just to kind of give it some color. But I think it came out really delicious. And I'm going to put a scoop of sour cream on it. Just put a big scoop of sour cream on it, and I'm going to go put it over on the table. Well, here is the pot pie. And my family, my daughter just got here, and my son and husband are coming back from the golf course, and they've been playing golf today, and my other son is getting ready to come in here. He says he's hungry, and so we're going to cut into this beforehand just to see what it tastes like. Oh my goodness, can you see the gravy and the vegetables and the potatoes? Oh my gosh, it is going to be incredibly good. I don't want to mess it up too much before everybody sits down to dinner, but it is going to be incredible. Yum. Well, I just put a little bit on a small plate here, and it is so good. And when you go to dish it out, sometimes the crust breaks, but I really don't want to dig into it anymore before my family sits down. And so, but I can guarantee you that it's delicious. Yum, and bigger yum. Yum. I hope y'all enjoyed my little cooking video here. I'm not a cooking channel. I'm just kind of a me channel, a grandma channel, Fabulous Life After 60 channel. And so I hope you enjoyed it. And remember, keep life simple, keep life fabulous, and enjoy your life and enjoy your cooking. From my house to yours, may God bless you and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye. Grandma's porch, a place to relax and a place to enjoy. Grandma's porch.